Good morning. Good morning, Red Hook. We are in the, what is this? This got to be the center of Red Hook, this block here, no?
It's like the beginning. The welcome to Red Hook.
I know that if you were to just type up Red Hook in a search engine, this block here will pop up.
Oh yeah.
This is Columbia.
Colombia. Yes.
So we
Colombia.
are we are in the heart of Red Hook. Having a coffee, my first coffee here. I don't want to just go to any default coffee places like what would be a default coffee place like a
Dunkin'
McDonald's, a
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts, a McDonald's, which I have to say they're pretty good. And I will say this: I spent 4 days in the hospital and got a haircut yesterday, and I will be putting my hat back on. Would you? Do you? What happened to my brush?
It's in the middle here. Why do you want to put your hat back on?
Because I don't feel comfortable.
You have water here and a brush.
No, I'm not gonna go through
You
that.
can do a little. One, two.
I
I
don't
want
want to go
to.
through all
Oh,
that.
you did great. I want to. I want to.
Now, where would that be?
Your
Exactly.
brush.
Yeah, where would that be?
Aha. This, right?
Thank you.
Anything sexier? I don't know. We gotta ask Matt.
So I dyed the beard, but I kept the gray here and the gray here. And honestly, it doesn't look that even, which I don't mind. It's not supposed to be even. It's supposed to look el natural.
Exactly. Right.
Show off the haircut a little bit.
You know what I mean?
Not I mean, I'm saying. So I'll take the coffee. This mine. We got it from this place here. They also sell pastries. $8 pastries. I started my day with the medication given to me by the hospital, of course, and 2 boiled eggs. So I've had 2 boiled eggs in my system, along with now what's going to be the coffee. And I'm having coffee with LJ. She's in the thumbnail. She didn't even mind being in the thumbnail. No makeup, no nothing. She just was like, all right, no, I don't mind. So she's warming up, I guess, to some of this. It's the coffee here, black. Cheers. Well, we'll do,
Cheers.
okay, it's a light little tap. Bang.
I have cream, no sugar.
Mmm. That's a tasty coffee, babe.
Yeah.
Quite tasty. Let me see.
Brooklyn French bakers. Come on.
But why does the top of the place say something different? I see Brooklyn French Bakers on the door.
That's French words.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call bakeries in France. I cannot pronounce it, but you know. Series can help us with that.
This is a very good coffee. It has almost the taste of that hospital coffee yesterday. That hospital coffee yesterday had that little bit of a smoky burntness to it. This has that smoky burntness, which to me this feels a little more deliberate, whereas the other one yesterday was just different than the coffee from the day before, which I do enjoy. You know, I'm enjoying this black coffee. It's just let's show the stickers off to the other place we were gonna go check out today. There's a pop-up here in Red Hook that has roots in Canarsie, Brooklyn, but instead of being in Canarsie, Brooklyn, they've migrated up north towards the city, or west. Let's say west. They're normally southeast of Brooklyn. What are you saying? Let me hear it.
Mm-hmm.
This is also the general word to designate everything that is baked, all the baked goods, the bread, the brioche, the croissants, etc. How do you go about pronouncing this word from French? In French, we would say boulangerie.
Boulangerie.
Boulangerie, but it'd be fine to say
Boulangerie.
boulangerie.
And the word behind it.
Boulangerie.
Mm,
Boulangerie, not to be confused with the laundry. The boulangerie is a place where
we
things
gotta
get
put it
baked.
together.
Patisserie.
There you go.
Boulangerie, Botisserie.
Mm-hmm.
The Boulangerie Botisserie has
Yes.
New York's, oh no, Brooklyn's French bakers. The Boulange,
Patisserie.
yeah, Boulange Patisserie. I said it.
Mm-hmm. You said it.
There's a
Look, they won the best croissant in 2023.
the best croissant in
Yes.
2023 at the Boulange Patisserie.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is like a croissant.
Yeah, LJ
Hey.
took a sample. She said she was originally gonna buy it. Is this the croissant here?
That's the croissant puff.
Croissant puff, not to be confused with
And
the
look,
croissant
this-
that
you
they
can
won
see
the
better
award
this
for.
piece. You
Oh,
can
yeah,
see
let's
the
see that
layers.
piece. Let me get that piece.
You know, you can show all the layers. The French baking finest.
Very light, not sweet at all.
No, as I tell our kids,
It's missing the cream cheese and the cherry.
there's a whole lot of people like me who don't want that.
Right,
I don't want any of that.
I'm with you, baby. We're in the same page.
Hold the cream, hold the cherry. But I want our kids to see how they do the different neighborhoods, you know? They don't want to give these people cavities. Versus a Dominican bakery, you know, we're going to use 50 pounds of sugar every day.
The Domino sugar,
Yeah, the Domino sugar.
that white sugar, that bleach sugar.
You know?
So I was comparing this to yesterday's coffee. Because
Fine.
when you brought the yesterday's coffee, no, of course, you don't have to apologize for anything. So it was good, but it wasn't the same coffee that I tasted the day before, which I thought the coffee at the hospital was excellent. This is just like that cup that I had yesterday, where there's like a overcookedness to it, almost like a smokiness. You know how when you have that oil and you wait into that oil to get hot, and then you take a phone call real quick, and you turn
Yes.
around and you see the smoke coming out the oil, and you're like, oh my God, I have to lower the heat of the oil. That's what this tastes like. This tastes like they had to lower the heat because it got too hot. There's like this toastiness of the coffee that I'm finding really attractive and really good. I like that. I like that. It doesn't taste burnt, but
Okay.
it does have this. When I say overcooked, it's not like a pasta overcooked where you have to dump the pasta. This is just like a paying attention to the heat and maybe purposefully having it at this smoke point. And I'm loving it. It's almost like something different than I'm used to. It's like, yes, it's coffee, but it's something else here going on.
Maybe it's la French. I'll have to ask.
So yeah, this is what I
But,
mean. This
yeah.
I'm wondering if this is just their style of making their coffee. This could be possibly their style of making the coffee. We would have to
Yes.
come back and see.
But you see, a place like this, when you go in, you're not going to get options for coffee. You know, like you're gonna get this is the drip
This is their coffee,
that's
period.
sitting there made, yes. And you know, if you want like an espresso or Americano or cafe con leche, you know, they'll make something for you. But
Okay.
it's not too many choices and options in there.
Right.
But you know, it's like a different world. You know, you can go in there and spend
Oh,
$25 and just have a coffee and a pastry.
really?
$8.50 for that, and you know, a cup of coffee.
How much was the
$5.
coffee?
The coffee is $4.
This was $4. Smaller than the other cups that we get for $4.
Yes.
Your teeth look great, babe. Have you changed the toothpaste?
You're funny.
They look, yeah, they look super nice.
Thank you. Have you changed the toothpaste? Since,
How does my teeth look? Are we using the same toothpaste? Because your teeth look great.
we are.
We are using the same toothpaste.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm using one of those Joe Rogan toothpaste. You know, that toothpaste I found on the Joe Rogan show.
Oh, okay.
They advertised it on that, and it's that toothpaste that they say, like, the hell with cavities and dentistry and all that stuff. That this toothpaste actually fixes your roots, because right back here, I had 2 teeth that were loose, and I was told that I need to have them pulled. I started to use that toothpaste, and those teeth are not loose any longer.
Amen.
They were loose for like 2 years, and now they're super strong and really amazing.
Amen.
So I always worried that that toothpaste is not whitening my teeth enough. But I feel like, you know, if my teeth look half as good as yours, then I'm happy.
Hey, thank you.
Ah, that's a good cup of coffee, baby. I'm loving that. And you got yours, of course, with the leche.
That's it. I just got a little cream.
No sugar?
No sugar.
Cream. Let me take a little sippy sip, if you don't mind.
No, I don't. Just a little cream.
Oh, it's so much cut in that. Look, taste this, baby. Come on, we're gonna get LJ off of this milk in her coffee. It's habitual. Right? Black is the way to go. They have played people. I keep saying it. Coffee. Okay, let's talk about Kellogg's cornflakes. The
Okay.
first.
Maybe we should drive as we talk.
Okay.
You know.
Right. Let's do it. Oh. Did I just hit the car behind? No, that's snow. That has to be snow.
Oh, no, you're kind of up on that car. And that's a Mercedes?
It's not a Mercedes. It's a minivan.
Oh. And that.
Okay, yeah, maybe I did tap it.
Your ball.
Wait, no. It's
ball.
snow. I'm looking at the edge of the sidewalk. There's snow there. I didn't touch that car. Anyway, so, what was I saying?
You were gonna go and rehatch the banana cornflakes.
The banana cornflakes thing. I'm not letting it go.
Capitalism.
I'm not letting it go. The cornflakes was the first American processed food. Okay? This food got together with the banana. Okay? And they said, and they advertised cornflakes goes hand in hand with the banana. And they gave coupons inside of the, what's it called? Inside of the cornflakes, there was coupons to buy the banana. And the coupons were like for 1 cent off, 2 cents off, because you were able to get a whole thing of bananas, which is usually what? How many bananas come in a bushel of bananas?
Like 8.
8? I was gonna say 6 or 7, but yeah, maybe 8, right?
Yeah.
So you have 8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 to 7. Oh, 6, 7. So now you have this huge marketing giant like television and newspapers and magazines. And what they did was they promoted, in order to eat these cornflakes, you had to add the banana. So the banana was part of the morning breakfast with the cornflakes. So you got cornflakes, you got the banana and the cornflakes, you got the coupon for the banana. So there's no reason for mom not to get the banana. It's 2 cents off. And the bananas were only 5 cents for the 6, 7. Okay? So coffee is the same thing. They've convinced people and have tricked people into believing that the coffee needs the milk, that the coffee needs the sugar, that the coffee needs help. Coffee does not need help the way cornflakes did. Cornflakes needed help from the banana, unlike coffee needing help from the milk. That's not real. And me, at 52 years old, starting on my coffee journey. I'm on a coffee journey here. I'm tasting coffee the way coffee is supposed to be tasted. And that's like this. But they've convinced you to add the banana to the cornflakes. They convince you to add the milk to the coffee. Coffee doesn't need milk. Coffee doesn't need sugar. Coffee is perfect just the way it is. Some coffee is light. Some coffee is strong. Some coffee is a little burnt because they let it sit all day long. And guess that song is rhyming. Coffee is perfect all on its own. Have it black, my friend. Let me sing you a song. I'm acting like the girl from Dr. Pepper. About to catch me a check over here. Yeah, it's propaganda. When I was a kid, I remember I would watch the TV show Taxi. And on the TV show Taxi, there was always some sort of issue with the coffee machine and how nasty the coffee was. I remember watching shows on how people would get those coffee cups, the little blue coffee cups, and how that coffee was always bitter.
In the blue cups?
In the blue cups. There was always this bitter coffee. And I think it's a ruse. The coffee's not bitter. The coffee is better, stronger, faster, bionic man style. You see how I did that, right? I'm telling people, come on. This person, no. Not you. Jew, and Jew, but not you. So, I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let this cornflake and banana reference go. It's too good. And its simplicity is so good. It's such a good reality check on how these corporations need. It's like when I used to be a manager to a Foot Locker in the 2000s. So that we're saying 2002, 2003 maybe? What was it? Yeah, let's say 2002. I was managing a Foot Locker, and one of the main goals for the managing of the Foot Locker was multiples. And these multiples, look at that, main goals is the multiples. You hear me, right? You see where I'm at right now with it. Very Eminem right now. Oh, look at this car leaning. Both tires are flat. You don't never see that. What the hell happened to this? Both tires are flat. Where did she come from? I don't want to be there. I don't want to go there. Where did that woman come from? Both tires are flat. Was that her baby daddy did that?
I don't think there's any tire places that way.
Yeah, lady, you going the wrong way. I'll take Atlantic all the way down. So there's these multiple. When I was working at Foot Locker, in order to be considered a good worker, you had to be into the multiples. And that was one of the ways that I became manager, from assistant manager to manager, was because there was almost never a time where I was up to like 96% on multiples, where I sold more than one product. If a woman came in there or a man came in there to buy shoes, I always make sure they got socks. And if it was a woman there buying a gift for a man, you know, you always get those women that are buying their boyfriends gifts. Never ever would I let them just buy their man what's it called? A pair of sneakers and not a jersey. I was like, you're only gonna get him the sneakers, not the jersey? And they're like, oh, I didn't even know he liked jerseys. You don't think he likes jerseys? So you're saying you're gonna be the first to get him an actual real jersey, a legit jersey from a spot that's, you know, authentic? They were like, oh, I never thought of it like that. Oh, of course, listen, I can get you a good jersey for $100. Those sneakers, $130. $130. Is this person worth the $230? And they would be like, I guess. Like, there you go. And I had that gift of salesman, the gift of salesmanship, and I rarely had my, whatever it was that I sold, and there'll be returns. Because the people have up to like, I think 120 days to return something, and it will come right out of your what's that when you get a percentage? It will come straight out of your commission. And it'll be like 4 months later, you're looking at your commission like, damn, I lost $38 last week. What happened? Because someone returned something that, that you sold. So they would take their money back.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really bad. I really disliked that aspect of the job. Was that for me?
I don't know.
No, I don't see any people behind me. So, multiples. Multiples are the way to make a corporation super happy. So if you have coffee, why only sell the coffee when you can sell the milk? And then why only sell the milk and the coffee when you can sell the milk, the coffee, and the sugar?
I'll put the phone there.
Yeah, you can switch it up. Let me add my sauce to it. Actually, there's a little bit of a dirt spot right there, so you need to clean that also. That little area right in front. We are on the Brooklyn Bridge, y'all. Yeehaw, y'all. That was you? Oh, no, that's not you. I thought that was you.
Oh, that's this lady that popped up on my feed the other day with a crooked face, working up in the hospital or something.
No, right here, man. Right there. That area right there. Yeah. New York has had a very warm week. This warm week has led to massive snow melting. So all that snow is 90% gone.
That's one police plaza.
Yes, one police plaza.
One police plaza. The mayor's office, the city hall. The thunder sound said, "What up, big Elvis?"
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? Show this building here. The Verizon building. Go all the way up if you could.
Sorry.
It's 375 Pearl Street. Type up 375 Pearl Street. That's the Verizon building. One of the most unattractive buildings ever made in New York City. Wow, that looks clean to you. Okay. You know what they gave me last night at the barbershop? The Indian barbershop, to be exact. They gave me the Indian barbershop gave me, and I've had the tea in the past, and I've never really did more than a sip of the tea. This time I drank about 95% of the tea.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be a good sport and I wanted to just introduce a different taste.
Yes.
You know, they use whole milk, and there was some sort of like burnt milk on top of the cup. I don't know how they do that, but it was some sort of like residue, not residue. It was some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? It was some sort of I don't know. You know when the milk like coagulates on top of film? The film. Ooh, look at that Ferrari. I see you, Ferrari. It's a regular day. Nothing special. You just doing. Look at this guy driving like that. Come on.
Thunder sound said you see lots of black ice.
No, there's no black ice. All that's melted wetness. So if it looks like black ice, it's not. There's no black ice. Right now it is 43 degrees in New York City. That's 43 degrees. It feels like 48, 46. It's really warm. So that darkness, that wet darkness you see, is not ice in any way. And trust me, I know black ice. I slipped on it once before in my 20s going up the West Side Highway. What's that? What's my friend? What's my DJ friend's name? DJ. Man, it sucks that he passed. He used to make me all those tapes. You riding in Prime's car right now. And yeah, I'm about to get it sexy for you right now. So get comfortable, girls. Yeah, he used to have the most amazing mixtapes for me. That'd be nice if I had those things. Oh, DJ Starchild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like, I think it was the Chief Rock. Was he the Chief Rocker Starchild? Yeah, the Chief Rocker Starchild was very good friends with me, and he would make me the most incredible mixtapes. And
70 degrees in Dallas.
oh, nice.
Nice thunder.
And we were in an accident on the West Side Highway North. I hit some ice, and Chewy was in the back. God bless the dead. Chewy's gone too. And Chewy, all I looked in my rearview mirror, in my rearview mirror, I see Chewy flying from one side of the car to the other. Yo, bro!
Empire State. Home of the great.
You can zoom in.
Birthplace of Biggie Smalls.
What? Biggie Smalls wasn't owned by the Empire State Building.
No, I said Empire State, home of the great,
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
birthplace of Biggie Smalls.
Nice.
That's the introduction of Welcome to New York City.
Okay.
I'm a BK hallway lauderer.
Oh, no. You better not be. What they call the lobby boys? You was a lobby girl? Oh, no. What you doing in the lobby all day, girl? You so tall, you can just see everything coming from every direction. They needed you. This building here to the left with all these balconies, I spent 2 4th of Julys here, bringing in the 4th of July, and pan over to the right. And that's the river that the 4th of July was. That river. Well, it took too long. You wanted me to explain it.
I
first.
know. I thought you were talking about the UN.
No, that was ahead. That's the United Nations building in front.
Yes.
To the 11 o'clock of the phone. And at the 1 o'clock is the river where the fireworks takes place sometimes. Some years it's on the east side, some years on the west side. And above us is called the Promenade, where people are jogging and having a life.
No.
It's crooked. I don't know. Who knows? I am almost done with my coffee. And while at that hospital, I did have coffee almost every day, except one day where they didn't give it to me. They said I was on a liquor restriction, and they didn't let me have it that day. And then when I complained about it, I said, hey, whoa, I need coffee, guys, come on. They came with the coffee, but it was already lukewarm. And I haven't experimented with that iced coffee world. You know, it's not been something that I've explored yet. That bridge over to our right, at our 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock to be exact, is the Ed Koch Bridge. And whenever I say Ed Koch Bridge, I usually follow it up with, hey Ed Koch, hey girl. Because Ed Koch was, when he was scraping and scrambling. What time does that go? What's that term? He was scraping, and it was a Diddy term that he said to Fabulous when he was asking Fabulous, why we never party together? Why we haven't partied anymore? And then he was just like, he was talking to Noriega and the Drinks Champs show, and he used that term, scraping and scratching or scrambling, or scraping and scrambling. And then the woman who was working with the lead attorney, she has her own channel, she was using it a lot. What's her name? AV.
Yep.
AV was using that term, so that was the term I was trying to reference. I can't remember how it goes, but you know. Hey Ed Koch. Hey girl. It's amazing how many mayors we've had in New York City that have been suspect for that backdooria, as Corey Holcomb would say. Corey Holcomb has coined that term, the backdooria. We know that Ed Koch was Hey girl. And so was Rudolph Giuliani. Rudolph Giuliani would jump in a dress faster than you can say let's jump in a dress. He even did Saturday Night Lives with the dress on. Rudolph Giuliani. And then Rudolph Giuliani was known to be in full drag at dinner parties. And one of my clients, remember the guy, the professor from, he was in Long Beach, he lived in Long Beach?
Yes.
So I used to have this client that was a professor for like a decade. And he wound up moving, he went to California, I think. So he's no longer here in New York. But he had said that he couldn't receive tenure. One of the reasons why he left is because he couldn't get tenure from the university here in New York because of Giuliani was blackballing him because he had said something about every time he goes out, Giuliani's in drag. And Giuliani in full drag at a banquet, and it was like something like $3,000 a plate. One of those, just one of those functions that happens, and this journalist professor friend of mine's client, he got totally confronted by Giuliani at his table in front of about 8 to 10 people. And Giuliani let him know that he does not appreciate him using his name, talking about him in any kind of way, and talking about the way he dressed, and that it's nobody's business. Mind you, there's 200 there. Giuliani's in full drag, and no one is speaking of it. And there was such a thing as Twitter at the time, and there was such a thing as the internet at the time, but yet it was off limits to talk about Giuliani in drag, showing up to functions. So he couldn't get tenure, he left New York. How crazy is that? So, hey Giuliani, hey girl. And this was a mayor, along with Ed Koch. Hey Ed Koch, hey girl. There is such a great smokiness to this coffee. My coffee has lost all heat though. There's no more heat involved in this coffee. So coffee is like a 20-minute, 30-minute thing. You know? Which is kind of cool, because that means the turnaround. So if somebody's sitting there drinking a coffee at your coffee shop for an hour, you know they're full of S. You're like, come on. Everyone else coffee is done in 20 minutes. You're here 60 minutes, sir.
What's going on?
Yeah. What are you working on? Your thesis over here? You working on a white paper? Come on. Let's give up that seat to somebody else. Oh, look at the coppers.
Okay.
Chilling.
It's people doing 60.
Doing 60 and a 40. I'm going 40 and a 40. I don't speed. It's rarely a time where I speed. I might overtake a vehicle on the proper left side, but I do not speed. You're not going to catch me going 70 for, 7 minutes in a 50. You might catch me going from 50 to 60 in 4 seconds just to overtake a vehicle going around that person. But I make it a point not to speed. I don't show speed. But I can if I need to. have the turbo ready. Let me show you the turbo. I'm showing the turbo. Leave me alone. So now we're at 54. I'll bring back down to 40. I'm a good guy. So, anything going on in the news?
A topic that appeared over the weekend. I don't know. There's a few things going on, but I remember. For you, one of just play it for you.
Hi, my name is Maddie, and I
have a young woman who came up speaking for her father, speaking up for her dad. Her dad was Beyonce's road manager for over 20 years since she was in Destiny's Child. And now he's really sick and able to work at the store. So they let him go. And she's reaching out to the public, you know, she's trying to,
I'm at the point where
and he's out of money. And listen.
Hi, my name is Maddie, and I have considered making this video for a few years, and I didn't because I was nervous to record myself and post it. But I'm at the point where why not? So this is a story time, kind of, but also kind of a plea for help from the TikTok fam about my dad and Beyonce. Yes, that Beyonce. So my dad was Beyonce's stage manager and production manager for over 20 years. You can look him up. His name is Terry Cooley. And this is him. This is also him. This is back in 2013. This is a meme that went viral on TikTok, on Twitter a long time ago of him. And this is him. And this is actually, I'll link it in the bottom. This is actually a short film that Beyonce had her team make. It's about 2.5 minutes. I encourage you guys to go watch it. It'll really substantiate what I'm about to say. But it was about the work. It's called Mrs. Carter Go for Terry, and it's about the work that my dad did with her and did for over 2 decades. And this is my dad, and this is me and my brothers and my mom, and this was at my graduation, and so that's my family. So here it goes. My dad worked for Beyonce again for a really long time, and throughout those years he was, you know, the stage production manager. And for those of you who don't know what that position entails, it's everything. She is known for putting on some of the most elaborate, amazing, beautiful tours, concerts ever, and my dad was at the heart of them. There's usually a couple different stage and production managers, one that designs the stage and controls the design of the stage, and then one who oversees the creation of the stage and the actual show, putting on the show, piecing everything together. And that is my dad. He is the heart and soul behind the Beyonce that you guys know, behind the performances and the shows put on by the Beyonce that you all know. So around a couple of years before COVID, maybe a year before COVID, my dad, who also tours with other people, whenever Beyonce's not on tour, he's toured with many, many other people. And so at the time, he was doing I believe, a residency with Mariah Carey in Las Vegas. And there was an incident where, it's kind of complicated, but essentially he collapsed, and he was having some issues with his neck, some impinged nerves. They had to take him to the hospital. He had to be taken off the residency. He came home. He ended up having to get surgery. It was a pretty big deal. But the I guess diagnosis was essentially that my dad was overworked. And that's not by any fault particularly of Beyonce or anybody else. My dad's just a really hard worker. And going back, if you go watch this video, it will exemplify that. My dad worked, 22-hour days when he was on tour, and he'd be on tour for months at a time, traveling the world. So you go from airplane to tour bus to working 24-hour days, setting up, starting, closing down a show, sleeping for 3 hours, and then doing it in another city the next day. So my dad worked his ass off my entire life. And as a result, he ended up having some very extensive and severe physical trauma. So he ended up getting treated. He got his surgery, and then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, there were no tours, and my dad got paid on a as work basis. So when there's no tours, there's no money. And so during those couple of years during COVID where there were no tours to be had, my dad had to use his savings to pay all my family's bills. And that ran out. And so the house that my parents built when I was little and that I grew up in, my parents had to sell it because they didn't have any money. And so they sold their house and moved into my grandmother's house. And then less than a year later, the Hurricane Helene hit, and my grandmother's house flooded. And it flooded about 5 feet, and my parents were displaced. My grandmother went and moved into my aunt's house, and my parents, by the grace of God, literally, and our church and the connections in our small town, were able to move into a home owned by this man from our community who's been so kind to let them stay there for over a year, during which time my dad has done everything he can to fix the house, but financially it's just they're at a stopping point and they can't get back into their home. But nevertheless, going back into how this is relevant to Beyonce, my dad spent a few years during COVID rehabilitating, and he never fully got back to the physical ability level that he was at before his incident, but nevertheless he rehabilitated himself extensively, and he was elated when he got a job opportunity to go with Beyonce to a hotel opening, if I'm remembering correctly, in Dubai. And so, this was a big deal. This was the first time my dad had gone back out into the field since his injury. He was excited. He missed his work. He needed the money, right? So he goes out to Dubai. And I can't remember exactly how long he was out there for, but essentially he got fired because of his physical state. The team that was working for Beyonce at the time, and mind you, again, my dad has been not only on Beyonce's team, but one of the head people in Beyonce's team for 20 plus years since he was working with Destiny, since she was in Destiny's Child. They decided that he just wasn't keeping up enough because he couldn't walk fast enough and he couldn't move quickly enough, even though, there are plenty of positions that they could have given him where he could sit behind a desk and help design the stage, or, have fewer, maybe not be expected to work 24 hours straight, right? But rather than make accommodations, they made the determination to let him go. So long story short, here we are today in 2026. And my dad has been out of work for a few years. And they being my mom and dad, have hit a financial wall that my brothers and I can only help so much with, because this is the American economy, right? We have to take care of a million things. And I worry about my dad because he put his heart and his soul into Beyonce's career and other celebrities too, but primarily her. And they cut him loose and fired him after 20 something years of service, after he gave his health and his body to helping her succeed. And without so much as a livable or a substantial severance. So where we're at now is that my dad is suffering financially and he's suffering emotionally because he was basically, my boyfriend compared it to Cam Newton the other night, if you're a football fan, but those who know that I guess Cam Newton said once that he knows in his mind that he's done playing football, but he doesn't know in his heart. And that's my dad. Sorry. So anyway, I'll make this short. My dad has given his all to his career, and the fact that it was cut short is really painful to him. And so that plus the fact that financially it has crippled him has put him in a terrible place that I never want to see someone that I love, let alone my dad, who I look up to and is the light of my life. So if you could go watch the video, that'd be great. And if you could tag Beyonce and ask her to make things right with my dad and maybe apologize for disregarding the career that they had, that would be great. I don't know. And if you have anything nice to say that I could pass along to him, that would be great because he deserves it. And that's it. Thanks for watching.
What do you think of that?
I would prefer you tell me what you think of that.
No.
And I can go after you.
I mean, I don't know what to think of it. I think that, he was following a gig workers type of
Right.
work.
Right.
It's like, what's that called? Sounds like your dad was an independent contractor style work, and that's one of the outcomes of not being a W-2 worker.
Right.
So,
Right. You saying what I'm saying
painful
in my mind. Tell me forget about that. Okay. How does it make you feel?
Yeah.
Because you're a feeling person.
I think that's
don't not feel because you in the car with me. How does this make you feel?
No, I think that's what it's boiling down to, I know right now the whole world is anti-Beyonce and Jay-Z, so...
The world is anti-Beyonce and Jay-Z?
Yeah.
I'm unaware of this.
People are hoping that Jay-Z Diddy Day comes very, very, very soon. And, people...
Why? Why do people just...
think there's a whole movement of people waiting for Jay-Z to get the Diddy treatment. They believe that Jay-Z has not been a nice person to many people out there. And they're, counting down his days the way they did R. Kelly, the way they did Diddy. Now Jay-Z is hoping to be up next by the masses. So
by the masses?
Yes.
Aren't I part of the masses? Why do I don't feel this
way. The
way.
whole Rock Nation? Yeah. People are sick of Jay-Z and Rock Nation. I mean, maybe that's not quite on your timeline. You do know that Vlad just came up with a whole confession.
I did see the title of that. This is have to do with the Megan Thee Stallion trial, right?
Saying that he was paid by Jay-Z to support Megan and go against Tory.
Wait. You telling me that Vlad took money to go against Tory Lanez on his hugely 6 million viewer platform or 6 million subscribers? Ooh, turn that over this way. at that. I never seen this before.
In support. Yes. Well,
I can't believe that. I don't believe that. I think that's called hearsay. I think somebody's saying that Vlad said this. Did Vlad say this?
yes.
But you telling
Vlad.
me so Vlad is bought and paid for?
Yes. From his mouth. His tweets. His.
And what, he feels guilty about it?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, because it was truly a popularity contest at the end of that trial. It was like, I heard that the district attorney said, forget about the evidence. Let's go by how this makes you feel or something crazy like that.
Exactly.
With the Megan Thee Stallion. So you're telling me that Vlad, well, I'm going to have to take away my $5 or $10 a month I've been giving Vlad if what you're saying is true.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to discuss, if what you're saying is true. I find it hard to believe that Vlad took money and admits to taking money and has regret for taking money. I would think this is hearsay. This is what people are saying.
He's had a public apology.
Okay, so there's
all weekend.
a whole bunch of people that want Jay-Z and Rock Nation to go down.
Yes.
Because I know there's like a woman that's a high executive in the Rock Nation, that she's a former drug dealer, former snitch, and
Yes,
she's like,
Desiree.
yeah, she's like set up her daughter and her daughter's husband on some freaky, weirdo control shit, acting like, somebody's mama I know, without power. And imagine if they had the power, what they would have done.
That people still want justice for Kathy White. Her name is still.
Who's Kathy
picking
White?
up dust. Kathy White is the woman that was Jay-Z's mistress that was reported to do an interview when Beyonce announced her pregnancy. That she was like the first mother of his son. That's not his son. That's out there in the world, and she went missing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but they probably put her in one of those tubs.
Oh no. One of those Epstein.
One of those Epstein barrels.
Epstein slash
Yeah.
barrel.
Yes, Kathy White.
I think you're giving these people too much credit. But
it was like whispers that never went away.
picking up traction. So now we have a guy who worked with Beyonce for 20 years, who never invested his money, who never understood money and how it works, never understood the human body and how it works, never understood age and how it works, and we now then have to take care of this man.
Yeah, they want in on that, on that social media GoFundMe.
What does he feel? This is his daughter talking. I'm sure he's a man, and all men know that all this is limited, and it is what it is, and he's fine with, his memories and his pictures. I don't think he wants his daughter speaking out for him like this. What say you? You think his daughter, you think the dad is involved in this? No. He's a man. He's a hard-working man who collapsed because he was exhausted and old and let his pride dictate how he was going to move. He doesn't have any regrets whatsoever. He lost his house. A hurricane took his house. He probably goes to church. So, God don't let you do nothing that you can't handle and all that. He's all doing that. God takes away everything from you just to let you know that he got you and he want to see what you can do. All that kind of mantras I see all the time on the internet. God wouldn't let you go through what you're going through if he didn't think you could go through it. I'm sure he one of them. So if he's one of them.
Yeah, but then his daughter came through with the 2026 thinking. And know that we're going to create a TikTok and share the world with what's going on with you.
So who should be helping him? Beyonce directly? Or should it be some sort of like insurance? Like what? I mean, we're talking about a man who never invested.
Good morning, Janet. Happy Thursday.
Hey, Janet.
I think, Beyonce did do a mini movie about him, which she encouraged people to go to. I went to it and saw it again for the first time. I hadn't seen it in, over a decade. But,
any of the proceeds going to him? Is he an executive producer on this?
That's the thing, he was the head stage guy.
He was the head stage manager, the guy who he knew how to make one stage work and how the sound needed to bounce from this area to that area. What was going? He was a savant of what he did,
Yeah.
but he never invested. He didn't say, "I'm gonna invest some money for my future." No stocks, no crypto. No, he doesn't have no properties. He's not receiving any. He's not getting 10,000 a month from the 3 rental properties he has in Baltimore.
It's part of the black struggle. He was working.
Whoa!
And
This is a black thing.
Yeah. He was working and paying bills.
That's an American. That's a people thing. Why is it a black thing now? Because he didn't invest, he's black? Are you kidding me right now?
No, because we don't get generational wealth.
Who's we?
Black people as a whole, as much as maybe his colleagues. They were probably their whole check didn't have to go to rent.
So you think this man was working and being underpaid?
I didn't say underpaid. I'm saying, he had his whole family. He put his daughter through college, and
So you're saying that this man was properly paid and didn't invest, properly paid and didn't prepare for a rainy day, and that's a black thing?
Rob Lowe said, "Salute, welcome back. Health is wealth and success to you and the family."
Thank you, Rob Lowe. I appreciate you very much. I think we're in your town. We're in Jersey.
But
let me know if you want to get a coffee. We get a coffee. My treat.
Things are different. I can see, like I said, his money was probably going out as fast as it was coming in.
And that's because he's black?
I won't say because he's black, but that's the black story.
What's the black story? That's the victim story. That's not the black story. Because there's a lot of people out here talking about they ain't got nothing and they're just victims.
We don't get generational wealth. We don't have, grandma and grandpa didn't have money for us to live off of. And our paychecks.
So you're saying the average road manager that is doing his job still has grandma and grandpa to fall back on?
Not the average one, but I can see other races in that field. Yes, it's a chance that they do.
Race is a construct.
I know, but
So you're saying this man is a victim, and Beyonce needs to help the victim.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I know what the black struggle is.
You know what the black struggle is?
Yes.
Where you learn about the black struggle?
I'm my own eyes.
Baby, you have an aunt.
No.
You have an uncle that's a general in the United States of America who died recently, millionaire. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm just saying.
You have a father. You have a great grandfather that was in the NBA.
I'm talking about the black.
You have a father who played in the college ball and made $1,000 a day.
Yeah, but he had to do that. His grandmother or grandfather didn't have.
Whose grandmother or grandfather didn't have?
We're not talking about me.
Okay, so when you talk about the black struggle, this is not an anecdotal situation. You're talking in general.
Yes.
And you're speaking for all these black people that if they got themselves a job and did not invest and did not save and did not prepare, it's a black thing. Oh, stop it. Oh, please stop. How much powder was going up this man's nose? Let's talk about that. Oh, he was a good stage manager. He didn't indulge. He barely had a Heineken. Right. You sure about that? How much prostitution did this man buy into? How many whores did he have on the side in every city and every town? How many single mamas did he help with their rent? You don't know this man. You just got this man as some sort of victim. I'm sure this man was paid enough money where he could have got him rental properties across this whole country. I'm sure this man was in a place where he could have got himself a loan from the bank. Shorty what you drink. I'm sure this man had himself in a position where he could have done a lot more than he did with his money. And I don't look at him as a victim, because if we was to put him to the side and say, forget about what your daughter say, what you got to say, I'm sure he's fine with his life. Men don't have a problem with dying old and broke.
Well, he works with his body, you know, so...
What do you mean he works with his body, baby? They got cranes lifting up those stage sets. His body, what is he doing with his body?
Yeah, but his body, he's lifting. That job requires a lot of heavy lifting and moving, being fast, you know?
Babe, I think you're over-exaggerating. You know my friend who just passed in Queens? What's his name? He had the bladder cancer.
Maybe
He was the top...
slow backstage, moving stage,
Baby,
building stages.
baby.
That's a young person, a healthy,
It's not
strong person's gig.
Well, what about Wes? Our friend Roger West.
Yes,
he
Wes
owns
is
a
very
stage.
strong.
Yeah, Wes is very strong. He owns a stage company. But is Wes lifting up lights and this? No, they're not.
Yes, he is.
Wes is not lifting up lights and
Wes
stages.
Can, though.
Huh?
Wes can.
Wes can?
Yes, you have to have the ability to be able to lift. I'm sure 75 pounds.
Yeah, well, you know, Wes is in his 50s.
Yeah, but he can
And let me tell you, he owns a stage company. My friend, my personal friend, Roger and Roy West, are stage hand who own their own stage company, and it requires not as much lifting as you would think.
But he looks like he can, is my point.
So you got a man
run.
who's slow. He's a little slower. He's not...
You can't do
but yet he's in charge. He's the director.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that this man wasn't on those perks every day and nodding out, and they got tired of it in Dubai? How do we know? Why are we believing his daughter, who wasn't even there, and her point of view? Why are we believing her? Because of her love for her father, she wants Beyonce to step up and pay something for this man. Did the man even ask for something? See, this is what I want you to understand, love. Did the man even ask?
This is not her father's era. Her father's probably not internet savvy. He probably don't even have a TikTok, you know?
Yeah, but yet he knows. But he knows how to work the jumbotron.
Speaking out for her father.
You talking about this black man?
She's a college graduate.
No. But this is what you're doing. You're talking about this black man, right?
Yeah.
As if he's a victim. Now you even got this victim unable to work a computer. This man is a stage hand. Listen to his 70s. Mm-hmm. This is a man in his 70s?
Yes. And
he did not prepare? He knew how to work the jumbotron, but can't work a laptop.
Bravo says there are multiple unions that will not let you touch what their unions covers. Lighting is one union, sound is another union.
Right.
Electric is another union.
Right.
That man was not touching anything. He was a manager.
Right. Exactly. That's just my point. Roger and Roy West, my friends, the twins. You can look on my community page and see a picture of both of them. I have a cigar in my mouth. They are one to the left, one to the right of me. These guys are not lifting up anything. They have tons of equipment that handle that. I'm not going to be tricked by this young lady to believe that her father is a victim. I think her father was on that powder. I think her father was on them perks. I think her father had women in every state in America. I think her father did not in any way, shape, or form prepare for the reality of our world that we live in. How do you not have a rental property and you in your 40s, 50s, and 60s working for Beyonce?
I think he wasn't fast enough, you know.
Oh, he's a slow black man.
Now,
You better stop thinking about black men being so goddamn
No,
slow.
I'm
It's a
just
little
saying-
rude. I'm just gonna keep it real. I love you
Yeah.
and I care about you, but it's a little rude for you to keep acting like black men are some sort of victims. Black men are strong. Black men are smart. Black men are savvy. Black men are fashionable. They're educated. They're amazing chefs, amazing fathers. They're not victims. This
I'm
man,
not saying
if
he's
we
a
was
victim. I'm
if
just
we was
saying,
to
you
ask
know?
this man about any regret, I would guarantee you he ain't got not one regret.
he may now be too slow to be next to Miss Carter like he was. Miss Carter don't need a 70-year-old man next to her when she popping out the stage, you know, on the clips. He was like, you know, kind of there with her. So, you know, I can understand, you know, you gotta look older and strong, you know. He looked healthy and at his best. If his appearance changed, you know, it's
What that
like-
got to do with him getting those 4 houses in Ohio for $50,000 and having rental properties? What that got to do with that? What that got to do with him buying a whole block in Baltimore for $100K? What that got to do with him getting 4 brownstones in Harlem on Strivers Road? What that got to do with that? What that got to do with him investing in Coca-Cola and Pepsi and McDonald's? What that got to do with his ETFs? What that got to do with him investing in a future that's coming? What that got to do with that?
It might have been harder, you know. It's harder. I know the dancers and stuff are able to, they have different opportunities. They're able to continue on making money doing, you know, those exposés you like to watch, you know, dancing in different dance studios, hosting dance groups, you know, touring talk shows, the stage crew, you know, they say he was working for other places, but I think it's different, you know. The money ran out. I think he had a lot on his back. 2 kids,
He
a
probably
wife.
has 7 women in 7
Yeah.
states.
I don't know. He don't look like it, but
He probably has 7 women in 7 states. He probably got side babies, all that kind of stuff, and he probably liked that cocaina.
he don't look like it.
That thing was flowing back
I
there,
don't know.
backstage.
It's very strenuous building a stage and taking it down, you know.
Oh yeah,
Every
yeah.
2
I feel bad for the
days,
hydraulic systems
yeah.
on all those cranes.
Oh, at that time, we're talking about.
At what
you know,
time, baby? The 1800s? What time you
No.
talking?
all those Beyonce tours in the past, Beyonce was doing 95 cities, you know. She's not like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj doing 20, 25 cities. Beyonce's doing world tours, so, you know.
So that means he had a lot of opportunity, in a lot of places to find another way. I don't feel sorry for this man. You know why? Because he don't feel sorry for himself. His daughter is the only one who feels sorry. His wife is okay. He's okay. Don't forget, God don't
She
never give you
knows how
nothing
the
you can't
world works
handle.
today,
These are
you know?
God-fearing people. These are church people.
This is a GoFundMe.
Wait, there's a
new
GoFundMe?
industry. I'm sure.
So
I
you don't
wouldn't be
even know.
surprised.
Let's look for the GoFundMe.
You
Let's
know?
send, let's
No,
send
I'm just
$20.
saying her way of thinking while reaching out to the public. You know, even if Beyonce doesn't send him any money, they're gonna get money from the public now.
Well, let's give him money. We'll
Which
give him
is
$20 right
the
now. Find out the
ultimate
thing.
goal.
Let's
It
look for that
says,
now.
Rob Lowe says his job is just like being a truck driver for any major tour. Those trucks drive anywhere that the continents connect, from Alaska to Mexico, the
Right.
bottom of Mexico.
Yeah, Rob Lowe, should we feel like this man is a victim because he ended up broke, sick?
Yeah, I don't think he's a victim. I just, you know, I understand how he ends up with no money. But I'm not saying, Beyonce did anything wrong.
Do you think Beyonce should give him any money?
Rob said Beyonce doesn't owe him anything.
Exactly.
No.
Beyonce doesn't owe him anything. If you're foolish with your money, why should a person coddle you? Why should a person like
She don't like him being fired. They're a little offended by that, which I understand.
I thought he was fired in Dubai.
Yeah, he was fired, on that last, when she did that show.
The
that
last,
April.
yeah,
that
yeah.
was like, before Cowboy Carter tour kicked off. She was out there in Dubai performing.
Maybe
for the opening of that
he
hotel.
had got caught with prostitutes, and they had to let him go, and they just used firing as a way to do that.
I mean, I think
Maybe he got caught out there with a boy named, Muhammad.
he said, nah, he wore himself out like most people do, thinking that someone will take care of you just because you worked yourself to death.
Right. You can't think that. You remember, baby, when I was in the bar business, I would do 100-hour weeks, 80-hour weeks. Did I expect my boss to take care of me? Remember the times when I got sick? I still worked when I was sick. You remember the times? Because I'm a man. And men are supposed to get up and work. And they're supposed to bust their ass even when they're sick. This is a man with no regrets.
Yeah, I'm not saying he does, I think his daughter is just taking,
Using the internet.
of today's...
She's, you know what they call that? She's grifting. His daughter is a grifter.
I wouldn't call her a grifter. I would say, she is thinking like today's generation.
No, of course.
20 years ago, there was no TikTok, no way to get help from the world. You had to find a non-for-profit to possibly
advocate for you.
advocate for you.
Right.
Rob said it goes like this: work smarter, not harder. Yes, but I think being around Beyonce, you have to work your hardest.
Yes, but you also have to get you have to get paid properly. You have to invest properly.
But that's the thing. Their pay is, their pay is, what is the word?
Gig work. Like,
but
it goes according to the state,
exactly.
the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
there's regulations around
but
that
he
pay.
agrees to that pay. He can always say, nah, I'm not going to do that. That's not enough money for all the work I'm doing. He could do that. He could say, no, boo-boo. I'm going to need us to we need to do a better job than this. I need more than that. You don't think he has the right to do that? He's a man.
I mean, I think,
The reason why men get paid more than women is because men ask for more raises than women. Women are known for not asking for a raise. Whereas a man is going to say, hey, whenever you get a chance, I would like to have that talk with you. And they ask for raises. So if he's a man not acting like a man, then what are we supposed to do? Take care of this weak man?
Rob says, always take care of yourself. Take care of yourself while doing your job. Yes, I hear all that, but if you are working under Beyonce, you're gonna want to go above and beyond. You're not gonna...
I think a man is gonna go above and beyond more than just Beyonce, baby. A man that goes above and beyond because that's what a man does. And guess what? Beyonce wouldn't even deal with a person that wasn't going above and beyond.
And I think it's so cutthroat in those areas that you're gonna kill yourself to prove that you deserve to be there. You want to get called back. I think it's such, that's...
I don't know. I hear your point, but it's very hard. It's very difficult to find. It's very difficult to find somebody who's gonna have the mentality that's, I'm gonna, like when I worked in the bar business, I did things because they needed it to get done, not because it was my job. And
but
it's
you
hard
did
to
so
find
much.
that.
Exactly. You did so much that you You know, you have to prove your value in these spaces. You know, no one is gonna do what you did, and I think no one would probably do what he did for those 20 hours. You know, it's hard to find a person that's gonna work for you like that, you
Yeah, but that
know?
still doesn't mean you have to take care of that person.
Mm.
It doesn't mean that.
I'm saying he's just in charge of assembling the stage. He wasn't no dancer. Yeah, but those stages were like, you know, $1 million stages. You know, all those tours, Beyonce built stages where she went. I remember one of those stages would have water coming out of it. You know, it's just such huge production.
So all that stuff, I get what you're saying. Why should we take care of a person who didn't make the adjustments? Why should we? Like, I'll hit the GoFundMe. I'll get the GoFundMe $20, and if you want me, I'll say $20. I can say dollars. I'll do
No,
$20 on it.
I could
But
just. I'm sure it was her idea. You
the
know,
daughter,
the daughter.
of
I'm
course.
sure it's her idea. You look through GoFundMe's. You know, animals collect the most money in their GoFundMe.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I've
yeah,
watched
yeah,
them collect $11,000 for dogs within 2 days. You know,
Of course.
a lot of times. So I can see a person knowing how that works. Like, come on, Dad, you we could get you some money. Your story, you know, it's like pulling on folks' heart, you know.
What if you find out that the father doesn't want anything to do with the GoFundMe, and the daughter is doing this all on her own?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly.
I think it's you know, I understand it. I think it would be a good move for the daughter. You know, if you're gonna donate $100 to somebody for something, why not do it to this man? You know, that's
Well,
the
there is
premise
so
of
much
the
money out there.
GoFundMe.
You're saying, like, you understand why she's out there going to go get it,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes, and I think she's doing it very respectfully too. You know, she's making sure to say it's not Beyonce's fault. You know, she's not coming for Beyonce, though she's using
Sounds like she's
her
coming for
name.
Beyonce.
No, she said it a few times, you know.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Beyonce, the
No one
oh
else
my
heard it.
father.
No
No,
one else
that's not
heard it.
true.
No one
She's-
else heard it. The way she spoke about it, she wants everybody to think Beyonce needs to send him $1 million.
Rob said there are forklifts, there's hundreds of men, cranes,
Right.
there are carpenters. All of this is union certified. He was not hammering and nailing or lifting anything.
Right. Thank you, Rob Lowe. You're saying what I'm saying, and I have a friend who has this as a business. And even with thank you, because I know for a fact that this guy wasn't lifting anything with his back. I think I think we got a guy here that's made some really bad choices in life, and I don't think it's because he's black.
Virgo Smith says, "Get well and healthy. Get well and healthy, Big Elvis the chef."
I had my coffee.
Rob said the father probably was like, "Look, I can't do what I was doing for you," and the daughter is probably pissed, like most youth
Right.
are, and wants the party to continue and wants the handout.
Yeah, she owes $12,000 in rent. She hasn't
His-
paid her rent yet.
No.
And she hasn't paid her rent in 5 months.
Well, she said her and her brother were helping the parents, but in today's world, you know, it's hard to, I guess, commit to helping your parents.
Maybe
you
it was
know?
hard in yesterday's world.
No, you know, when rent was under $1,000, I'm sure, you know, you had more wiggle room to help.
When
mom
was
and
rent
dad.
under $1,000? And what state are we talking about?
Exactly.
You talking about Montana,
No,
where there's 6 feet of snow every year?
no.
What are you talking about?
New York. I remember
There was
when
rent.
rent was under $1,000.
You remember when rent was under $1,000? I met you when you were
Yes.
19. You have not paid rent yet,
No, but I'm just saying.
and you're going on 40.
Rent was, I remember.
You remember when rent was what?
Affordable.
Where? On Weeks Avenue, the most dangerous, violent block in the world that your
Yeah.
grandmother lived on.
Mm-hmm.
Rent control? What are you talking about?
But they can't help anymore, bottom line,
You're so spoiled, baby. You don't even know it.
We're not talking about me. No, I don't think, we're shaming Beyonce, but
Are we shaming her?
no, we're not,
okay.
but I'm just saying.
Should she be shamed? Should people advocate for this man as some sort of old victim who needs to be saved and
No.
rescued so his daughter could pay her damn rent?
No, but, I hope the GoFundMe gets him 6 zeros.
Baby, you don't even know if there's a GoFundMe is that. Have you looked for it yet?
No, I haven't.
Did she leave a link for a GoFundMe or is she just talking S?
I know. Let's see. Look. This is the picture.
Hey there. On my way now. Cab already been
When he showed his day.
I see myself as someone who basically get a show built, create a consistent performing environment, and to be connected to the show is really important to me. Creating this world out here, it's a little traveling city, it's a little traveling community that goes place to place.
The documentary.
There's a certain excitement, there's a certain fulfillment that happens from being out there on the road, seeing the crowd, seeing the product at the end of the day, connecting to the artist, and feeling proud of your show. Like the stage managed Beyonce, probably more than any other artist.
So he's like the director. This camera news, this writing to news, and he's in charge of all these people. This guy has not looked up a hammer or a drill in 25 years.
And he's in front of her.
Yeah. Now that you see it with new eyes, everyone around him is working. He's not working. I mean, he is working. He's basically the
He's the
HMI.
first one there and the last
See
one to leave.
mostly the results of our work,
He's
but
the last one to leave,
all the
baby.
things it takes to
I
get
don't
our
believe that
jobs
for
done.
1 second.
And at the end of the day, we get ready to do it again.
So,
Guys, so if you're not living under the rock,
she's when white meets black. White mom is white, dad is black.
She looks a little Indian to me. His wife might be Indian or Punjabi or something.
No, she's white.
The mom is white.
Mama's can do
So you telling me this black man had a white woman that didn't know how to invest? What the hell's the point of getting a white woman if you're gonna not invest?
Oh my goodness. You're being racist.
I'm not being racist. That's the whole point to get a white woman. If I ever got a white woman, baby, it's because of investing. That's it. And maybe the daily blowjobs, but still. I'm sure those go away too. Yeah, I'm not impressed by that. By that, not even a little bit. I feel nothing for this man. He had an opportunity. He went around the world. He got the he got the women and the boys, whichever one he wanted. He got the Badussi. He got the bussy and the Badussi. If that's not the same thing, I don't know. But
See? It's mom.
where's mom? This little woman here?
Yes.
She looks totally Jewish. How do you hook up with a Jewish woman and don't know how to invest for the future? What? Show that real quick. Please show that.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's too
Show it
dark.
down like this.
Oh,
Point it down. Like this way. There you go.
Yeah, you know.
Like that. Look at this wife of his. How you have a family with a woman like that who don't know how to invest? Who would be with a 4'11" Jewish woman who did not know how to invest? Who would do that? I'm telling you, there's powder involved here. I'm telling you, there is women all across the world involved here. You're giving a man credit that don't deserve any. Sorry. He should have left all that Badussi alone. They took all his money.
They're asking for a GoFundMe, so I don't think it's set up yet.
It's not set up
Shows,
yet.
you know.
Which shows her ignorance. How are you going to say all this and not have a GoFundMe on deck? She should have been wearing a shirt, saved such and such, her father's
Said
name.
he should have got a living life insurance policy.
Right.
This will allow you to use the money while alive when you cannot work anymore.
Right.
But who, that doesn't get
That
taught
little
to
white
us.
woman was supposed to tell him that.
Yeah,
That little white woman, the nerve of him
You
to be with
know.
this Jewish-looking woman who's 4'11", who produced all these kids for him that didn't teach him how to work his money properly. That I
We
don't.
don't
You see,
get
I don't even
taught
believe
that.
it. I don't even believe that. Who's we? Who's we don't get taught that?
Us people of color, I remember having a talk with a woman 2 years ago in Red Hook. She wanted to leave her house to her kids, but she was afraid that they couldn't handle the taxes. And one of her neighbors started telling her about trusts.
Right.
And she's like, I never knew about that. It's like we
And this
don't
is a
get,
black woman?
This is a black woman, yes.
That doesn't know about a trust.
That doesn't know
Never
about
heard
trust.
about it and said, I should
No.
check out that trust thing
And
I've
I
been
told
hearing
her,
about
"Don't
for the
be
last
so
30
hard on
years.
yourself. We don't get taught these things."
So you encourage her to be a victim.
No, but I encourage her not to be hard on herself because we don't get taught those things.
Who's we?
People of color.
People of color are not
Yes,
taught
no.
about investing.
No, we're not taught about trust and ways of managing your money from young. No, not as a whole. No.
I mean, there is a lot of truth to what you're saying. I'm being
No.
hard on you, and I appreciate you for handling it well, not getting upset, getting an attitude.
We don't get taught.
But
those
let me
things.
just tell you
It's
this.
true.
A lot of times you can't
know?
wait to be taught something.
We don't get
You have
told.
to learn stuff.
But we don't get told. Think of an idea. Let's start you a little non-for-profit, Johnny. No.
You're getting very emotional right now.
No, I'm just saying. We don't get
Why
told
your
that.
eyes look so wet?
Because we don't get told that.
So you crying over this?
No, I'm not crying, but I'm just saying.
You're passionate over this. I appreciate your passion. I do appreciate your passion, babe, but I feel nothing for this man still, even with your wetness in your eyes.
We don't get taught those things.
Well, who taught you then?
The library.
The library taught you?
Yes.
What did it teach
Red
you?
Hook taught me that the average Joe living in an apartment can have a non-for-profit. Bring it in for whatever idea they have.
I thought I taught you that.
No, you didn't.
Okay. What did I teach you?
Baby, it's not about me.
Okay. Anyway. How much we gonna give to the GoFundMe?
I don't know. We have to find it.
Or wait for it to pop up? Or maybe Beyonce will come save the day and give the guy 300 grand.
Maybe.
What would the 300 grand do though? Nothing.
know. Give him a little, a blanket.
Yeah, maybe like it'll give him a tissue.
Yeah.
It'll give him a little light tissue. It ain't gonna give him a blanket.
You never know if he's in small town America, which it sounds like, you know. Give him a little. Give him some comfortability.
All right.
You know.
All
I'm
right.
sure it's very tough looking to you, putting the pressure on your children that you need money. You know?
Only one night though.
Mm.
Only one night though. If Beyonce owes you money, only one night though. If your daughter's gonna beg for money, only one night though. If my wife's eyes get full of water, only one night though. Only one night though. Only one night though. If you're scared to invest, only one night though. I'm gonna go get this propane. I got a whole bunch of propane I gotta get.
So we're gonna end the live and start it back in a little bit.
Only one night though. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here.
You're crazy. Okay. Let's say goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. Sitting here with
LJ.
LJ. She's passionate, y'all. She's
Black power.
I got the black gloves though. I got the Rolex on though. What's that? Swiss power.
Power to the people.
Swiss power. Only one night though. Only one night though. If you got the Swiss on your arm, only one night though. If you feel relief because you can go get 10 grand for it, whenever you want though. Only one night though. Only one night though. If you never made an investment in your life, only one night though. If you have not heard that song, Only One Night Though, you have got to hear that song. Just put it on a computer, Only One Night Though. I listened to the 10-minute extended version. I was listening to that at the hospital.
And you know who I got that song from?
I know, you got it from, what's it called? Wait, don't tell me. Killer.
Yeah.
Killer.
Who's been quiet?
Hey, Killer. How's your new baby girl?
Taking care of that beautiful baby boy.
Oh, she makes beautiful babies?
I'm sure.
Oh, you think all babies are beautiful?
I
Let's
can
not
see
go there.
Killer making a beautiful baby boy.
Oh, I can see it too. All right.
Janet said, Elvis, you're one of the wealthiest men I know of, and it has nothing to do with money.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I agree. I am very super wealthy. Wealthy in love and respect in my community, in my home, in my family. I'm wealthy in so many ways. And I'm also nigga rich. I keep $500 in my pocket every day at all times. I'm nigga rich.
Oh my goodness.
I own my own car, even though it's a first generation. I'm nigga rich. God, you know me. Only one night though.
Let me collect some cans.
Cans?
Just so you know, too.
Well, I've never collect cans. What are you talking about? I have respect for people that collect cans.
Yeah.
Though. And I don't like people like, remember when China Mac was like, we're gonna help this woman never have to collect cans ever again. I said, what?
That bothered you.
That bothered me so bad. I said, she enjoys collecting cans. She's proud of herself. She's helping her community. How dare you say that? And he actually took the GoFundMe down and returned my money after I said that.
You know what?
Yeah, man. She'll never have to collect another can in her life. Sir, relax. She got hit in her face by some random idiot. Let's help her with a GoFundMe, yes, but let's not act like her collecting cans was a bad thing. We need those can collectors. They're helping the whole environment. It costs more. A can costs more. Like, in other words, the aluminum of a can.
Yeah.
Like, if you buy aluminum foil from the supermarket, that aluminum foil, they make no money off of the aluminum foil. The aluminum foil costs more than they're selling it for. So if you buy aluminum foil in the supermarket, or you get a can, that whatever it costs, 5 cents, 2 cents, it costs more than that.
$1.
Costs more than that. Aluminum is a natural resource. Anyway,
We'll come back
let me get
live in
started.
Costco's. We never done a Costco shopping haul.
We're
That's
going to
real
Costco's?
YouTube.
We're going to Costco's?
Watch me walk around Costco's. No. What brand is your sunglasses? His glasses are Chrome Hearts.
Chrome Hearts.
Chrome Hearts.
You like the glasses? Chrome Hearts. I've had them for a lot of years, and I need to redo the lenses. They have little scratches and all kind of stuff. Here, let me put them outside. Let them get a little sun. There's barely any sunlight, but they're the transition lenses that get shaded with sun. But there's really no sun out, so you do see it's
A
darker.
little darker. And
It's a
how
little
much are
darker.
those?
Why you trying to play me right now?
How much are those lovely glasses?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I bet.
But let me just say this: as an overweight man, I can't like go to the store and just buy like a new shirt or a new pair of jeans, and so I buy the glasses. I spend the money on the glasses and the watches and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
No,
No.
but I respect it.
How many furs you got?
We're not talking about us. Go get some, okay.
It's LJ's birthday this week.
No.
Next week, Tuesday.
Yes.
Next week, this week, Tuesday.
No. We're on Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days from now is your birthday.
Yes.
And I've seen 22 of these from you. This is my 22nd time being with this lady for one of her birthdays.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. No, you see, I love her laugh. She's such a great laugh. Came out that hospital feeling mad randy this morning, though, right?
I like the style of them.
Thank you.
Nicole Jones likes your glasses.
Thank you, Nicole Jones. These are Chrome Hearts.
No Cole. Ooh, I like that. No Cole.
I will say this about the Chrome Hearts.
Speaking of.
When you buy the Chrome Heart glasses, they come from Japan. And when you walk out of the eyeglass place with the Chrome Hearts, they're worth 3 times more than you pay for them the day you walk out of the place. So if I were to take these Chrome Hearts, pay whatever it is cost to pay, I don't remember, I don't want to discuss how much I pay for them. They're worth 3 times more when you walk out the door. I can actually sell them. And these old ones, these are called Box Officer. So if you was to type up Box Officer Chrome Heart glasses, they will give you an idea what they cost. Well, let me just say this. If you type up Box Officer Chrome Heart glasses, they're about 5 times more than I paid. That's how much even used ones go for. So these used ones, I can probably get like 3 to 4 grand for them on the secondary market. But I've had them for a lot of years, and I have no intention whatsoever on getting any money for them. And I've had 2 pairs stolen from me. I have a whole lawsuit on the 2 pairs of Chrome Heart glasses that was taken from me. And I have on my channel, you can type up Vigilante, Chrome Heart Vigilante glasses. Those were stolen from me, and another pair of Chrome Heart Box Officer glasses were stolen from me. And in order to get these glasses, there's a 6-month waiting list. So you have to have the eyeglass company, write the Chrome Heart company and ask permission to buy those glasses, and then they give you permission, and then it'll take another 3 to 6 months before they ship the glasses to that optical store, and then that authorized optical store will sell them to you. And it's almost like this promissory thing where they want to, like, in other words, if I was to buy a pair of Chrome Heart glasses from an optical store and then resold them, if they found out that I resold them, they won't be able to sell me another pair from that optical store. So you have to be, it's like exclusivity things, you know. But like I always say, these glasses I've had for many years, and I've never tightened the screws, and look how difficult it is for the screw just to go down. See how stiff it is? And that's many years later, 5-6 years later, where most glasses, they're like all loosey-goosey. These things have never even been tightened. Yeah, Chrome Hearts made in Japan, box officer. I don't know if you can see that. You are appreciated. Let me go get this propane. I'm gonna turn the car off. You are appreciated. I love you. She loves you. And that's a fact. If you got any value out of this, and you say, man, these people definitely entertain me, I enjoyed them, their time together, hit the Cash App. That's $ Elvis Rosenberg, one word. Or you can do the Venmo, and that's at Elvis-Rosenberg. Express yourself. I love you. Bye.